Hello everyone and welcome back to another Yin yoga class here on my channel. My name is Katie and today we're doing Yin yoga for a stiff back. We'll focus on stretching and twisting the spine to help to release some tension and hopefully just make the body a little bit more of a comfortable place to be. We're going to start in Sphinx pose. So when you're ready, you can come to lie on the front of your body. Feet can be about mat width distance apart or whatever feels best for you. Elbows are shoulder width distance apart, forearms are on the mat, and then the fingers are spread nice and wide. Now we still have a little bit of activity here in our body. The legs are still active. The forearms might be gently pressing into the ground. Really starting to feel that compression within our lower back and feeling that nice back bend. If it is too much, you can slide your elbows further away from you, or you can maybe work with some cushions or pillows, placing them underneath your pelvis or your belly. Feel free to experiment here. And since this is Yin yoga, we will be here for 3 minutes. If that feels too much, please feel free to come out of the pose. You can simply just lie on your belly and you're still creating that nice back bend in your spine. So let's take a second or two just to wiggle and adjust, get rid of any fidgets. And then we'll try commit to some stillness in our Sphinx pose. You can look straight out ahead, or you can even bring your eyes down to your mat in front of you. Now let's connect to the breath, bringing our awareness to our nostrils. Breathe in, feel your body breathing in. And breathe out, feeling your body breathe out. And it's very normal for the mind to drift away, to start thinking. And if that's happening, just try attach your awareness back to your breath. Or use the sensations within your body just to keep you here as best you can. And each time you drift away, it's okay. Just gently keep coming back to your body. And for our last few breaths here, let's check in that we're still active without tensing or forcing anything. So you can really feel the earth beneath you. You can feel your body connected to it. Bring your awareness to your breath and take 3 more cycles. And once you're ready to do so, you can slowly come back down onto the front of your body, making a pillow with your hands for your head to rest on. And then bring your big toes to touch each other, letting your heels drop towards the edges of the mat. Nothing is active here. Your body is resting, absorbing, and digesting Sphinx pose. And again, here your mind might take a break and it might run away. Bring it back. We're still focused on our breath and on our body. Now we're going to take our back bend a little bit deeper and come into seal pose this time. But if you are happy enough to stay with Sphinx, if you feel like that's good for you today, of course, just repeat Sphinx pose. You can take it a little bit deeper by bending your knees, bringing your heels towards your glutes nice and gently. Or if this is even enough for you today, just feel free to rest on your belly. We're going to be in seal pose for 2 minutes. If you do want to come into seal pose, bring your hands next to your chest and then start to peel your upper body off of the mat, allowing your arms to straighten here without locking the elbows too intensely. This time you can gaze straight ahead, or to go deeper, you can look diagonally up. Once you're ready to settle into the pose, find your breath. Find all of these new sensations within your body. And they are your anchors to keep your mind here. And just as before, if this becomes too intense, you can walk your hands further away from you, either out to the front or out to the sides of your yoga mat. And once again, we're feeling that gentle activeness within the body. We're connected to our breath, to our inner selves. And we're taking 3 more breaths here if you can. And when you're ready to come back down to the ground, you can slowly peel yourself back. Finding crocodile pose once again by making a pillow for our head, letting the big toes touch each other and the heels drop out. And if you look to one direction this time, you can look the other direction this time. Absorbing and digesting here for 1 minute. when you're ready to come out of Crocodile Pose, you can start to bring yourself back. We'll round our spine now with Child's Pose. So your knees can come in underneath you. If possible, sit back onto your heels, and if this doesn't work, you can have a cushion or a yoga block in underneath. Now, knees will stay as much together as is comfortable to really allow your back to round and your spine to stretch here. But if you do need to open them out a little bit wider, that's okay. Forehead then will come towards the mat, either resting on the mat or you can use your hands to rest your forehead on. And if you're not using your hands, you can stretch them alongside your body, having your palms facing up. And we'll be here in Child's Pose for 3 minutes. Each inhale expanding the entire body, and each exhale helping you to sink a little bit deeper into the pose. Still maintaining a little bit of activity within Child's Pose. We're not completely flopped here. Just feeling that connection to the earth. And before we move on, checking in that your jaw is loose, your face is soft, and the neck isn't too scrunched up. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. We're going to stay in Child's Pose, but we're going to take a little side bend into our back. So you can reach your hands towards the front of the mat, coming up for a moment if you need to. And it might help here to widen your knees a little bit wider apart, keeping your big toes together. Now we'll walk our hands as much to the left as we comfortably can. And then we'll bring the forehead back down wherever it lands. So straight away, starting to feel that opening through the right side of the body. Use your breath in to expand your right rib cage even more. And your breath out to release something. And we'll stay here for about 6 breaths in total. When you're ready, you can walk both hands all the way over to the right. Let's open up the left side of the spine. You can bring your hands back to center. Start to walk them towards you so you eventually come back up to sit on your mat. And we'll just sit here for a moment or two just to let ourselves process the child's poses that we've been doing. Breathe in and out and just feel whatever you feel. Relaxing your jaw, releasing all tension from your body. When you're ready, we'll make our way into our next pose, which is dragon pose. So the hands will come towards the front of the mat, and you can step your right foot forward in between the hands. Now the back knee might slide back slightly to make this pose a little bit deeper. Your back toes can stay tucked to support the back knee, or you can have the top of the foot on the mat. Now we'll just stay here for a few breaths, focusing on our hips and our back quad here. Really can help to also release tension from the spine, especially if the hips are feeling tight. This is a really tempting pose to start to fidget. So just try your best to stay still. As long as you're not in any pain, commit to a few silent and still breaths here. Now, keeping your weight in your hips, start to slowly stand up. Hands can come to this front thigh. Working into a little bit of a twist here. This is a really nice way to release tension from your upper back and to release upper back knots as well. It does require a little bit of balance and a bit of concentration and focus, so take your time here, there's no rush. We'll begin by bringing our palms together at the chest and then make your elbows nice and wide apart. Balance by focusing just on one point on the ground in front of you. And once you feel balanced, you can bring your left elbow to find this right thigh. Now slowly start to rotate through your spine, starting at the base of your spine and working up towards the top. Now, if you want to go a little bit further and really challenge your balance, you can start to gaze up past this right elbow, maybe looking up towards the sky behind you. And if you fall out of the pose, don't worry, you can always come back into it. We're just staying here for about 6 breaths. Each inhale lengthening your spine, and each exhale helping you to twist a little bit deeper. When you're ready, we'll slowly come back, bringing both hands back to this front foot. Tuck your back toes again, lift your back knee, and very slowly step back into downward facing dog. And when you're there, maybe just paddling your feet, stretching your hamstrings. Again, tight hamstrings can result in a tight back, so take your time here, doing whatever you need to do. And once you're satisfied that you have released your leg muscles, we'll focus on stretching the spine. So the feet are about hip width distance apart, knees are bent, tailbone points up towards the sky, and the head drops towards the mat. Feeling that opening all along your spine, keep pushing yourself away from your hands. Take a big breath in and out. Relax your neck. And then both knees can make their way back down to the ground. We'll repeat on the opposite side now. So this time your left foot comes in between the hands, maybe sliding our back knee back a little bit. Finding stillness and silence for a few breaths here in Dragon. When you're ready, keep your weight in your hips and slowly stand up. Hands find prayer position, elbows are wide. Once you're balanced, bring that right elbow to the front knee, slowly rotate and maybe look behind you. One more breath here. And let's make our way back into downward dog. Once again, stretching the legs or lengthening your spine, whatever you need to do here. And from here we'll come into our next pose, which is dangling. So you can start to walk your feet slowly towards your hands, eventually landing with them about hip width distance apart. Knees can stay bent here. And then we'll come to hold opposite elbows. For less intensity, you can rest your elbows onto your thighs, dropping your head. Or to go a little bit further, you can just let your elbows dangle. Knees don't have to be straight here, and they definitely don't have to be locked, so keep a little bit of buoyancy in them. Head becomes heavy. Neck is relaxed, and the jaw is loose. We'll be here in dangling for 2 minutes or for however long you can comfortably hold the pose. Really great way to stretch the hamstrings and to stretch the spine. So just allow gravity and your breath to do all of the work here. Shaking is normal here. Just try your best to keep lengthening your spine, stretching your hamstrings. Just a few more breaths here in this pose. When you're ready, you can bring your fingers slowly back to the mat. Take a really generous bend into your knees, allowing yourself to come back into a seat, whatever way works best for you. And just taking a moment here to let all the blood come back through your body. Allow your spine to find a little bit of straightness, a little bit more length. Relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. Unclench your jaw. And take 3 or 4 big breaths here. If your eyes are closed, you can gently open them again. You might feel the urge to do another little twist here. So let's bring our left hand to our right knee and slowly look behind us. And then right hand can come to the left knee, slowly twisting back. Releasing the neck by bringing the right ear to the right shoulder. And then left ear to left shoulder. Look up. And look down. Now coming back to center, we will officially end our practice here. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are feeling a bit more comfortable in your back and in your spine. If you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you could leave it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel so we can practice together in future. I'll leave some more back yoga recommendations in the description of this video. And if you would like to practice more full-length yoga classes with me, I do that all inside of my YouTube membership. There's lots of classes there that are all based around the style of a yoga studio class. So it's just like going to a yoga studio, but you can do it right here on YouTube instead. So I'll see you soon in another practice. Until then, take good care and goodbye.